Hi, I'm Rob from Robson Running. I hope you are doing well, staying safe and training hard. So welcome to episode 4 in our build up to the Arc of Attrition. So it's race week and we are going through our mandatory kit check. Now, as I said to you in one of my in the earlier videos, you should already know what your kit is and you should have already done a kit check already. This is really a final kit check just to make sure that we've got everything, because we don't obviously want to be turning up on race day and not having all the gear that we need to pass the mandatory kit check, and not only pass it but have the right kit on us so that we can survive out there on the coast path. So I've got my trusty iPad here with a full list of the kit on it. And we're going to go through that. I'm going to pop that on the screen for you here as well, or maybe here, and we can check that off together. So without further ado, let's get stuck in to the kit, and also a little bit about some of the nutrition and what I'll be wearing on race day. So let's go through the kit line by line. So GPS tracker, that's provided to you, so we haven't got to worry about that. First thing on the list which we need to check is our waterproof jacket. So I'm going to be using this one here. I'm surrounded by kit here, sorry. So we'll try and do it as we can. This is Montane spine jacket. Excellent jacket, really breathable, works incredibly well, keeps you nice and dry, has a really high waterproof rating in it. I think it's 30,000 hydrostatic rating, so awesome jacket. So that's what we're going to be using for our jacket. Next thing on the list is waterproof trousers. So I have never actually run in these. These are Decathlon Everdict trousers, really comfortable. Tried them on, nicely taped seams and everything, so they'll do the job. I don't envisage ever needing them because I don't run in waterproof trousers, but certainly not on the Cornish coast path, maybe if I was doing the spine race, but we've got those. They're all good as well. So that's Everdict waterproof trousers. Okay, next we need some long tights or leg coverings. So for that I have some Montane, and you'll see there's a lot of Montane kit here because I use Montane a lot. Some Montane running leggings here. These are awesome, very warm. I've used them a few times in the winter so far, so they're a great addition. So they'll be going inside. I don't think I'll be wearing them on the day, but they'll be going inside my dry bag, and we'll come to that in a bit. Next on the list is the warm hat. So I've got a few of these merino wool hats. I'll be using probably a couple. One to start, and then I'll switch one at halfway as well when we get to St Ives. So I'll be using that. This is just a 4-class hat. The other hats I've got are all buff, but nice and warm. So we'll be using that. Next on the list is a water-resistant peak cap. However, you only need this if you don't have a peak on your waterproof jacket. So if I just quickly go back to the Montane jacket, mine has got a peak here, so it's a wide peak. If you've got that on your waterproof jacket, then you don't need a water resistant running cap. If you don't have that, then you do need one, so just double check that when you're checking your kit. Next is a buff, so very versatile piece of fabric. I've got several of these and I will be using several of them on the day. I do like to change them quite often because they do get grubby when you're running. Not only that, you sweat. So if you're using one around your neck, if it's particularly cold, it's going to get wet. So it's nice to put a dry one on halfway when you can, or whenever you can stop. So I'll be using a few of these buffs. So let's just move that out the way over there. Next on the list is emergency survival bag. So this isn't a blanket. The blanket is no good. You need a survival bag. So here we are. I have this one here. If you want to get hold of one of these, you can do so either using off Amazon, or if you go to well, any running website, they'll have them. But you can do Harrier Trail running, do very good bivy bags. So check them out, and maybe you can pick yourself one up there if you don't have one already. Next on the list is base layers, 2 base layers, long sleeve base layers. Now I'm going to be wearing one on a day. The one I'm going to be wearing is this one. So this is a Montane Dart long sleeve base layer. Nice and comfortable, nice and warm. I have 3 of these. I shall be taking at least one spare with me. And I may also take this here, which is a merino wool DHB long sleeve top, just in case it does get very cold. The Montane Dart top will actually probably be okay. Well, I'll be pairing that up with a gilet, Montane gilet, which I don't have here with me, but I'll be pairing it up with that. So that should keep me nice and warm, but not too warm so I don't overheat. Problem I had last year, so be careful about that overheating. So yeah, I've got a couple of those layers, so that should be fine. One of those base layers will need to go into your race pack. So yeah, just make sure you've got a couple of those. Next on the list, whistle. So you can obviously use the whistle which is in your race vest. Most race vests come with a whistle attached. However, they're not very good. So I purchased these whistles here just off Amazon. There's a pair of them actually. I've got one silver and there's a gold one here as well. Really good, used for whistles, nice and loud. So I'll be taking that with me. That ticks off the whistle list. Mobile phone, sorry, fully charged with a waterproof case. So waterproof case is one of these. You've probably seen these before. You need one of those, and they do check that at race kit check sometimes. So just make sure you've got one of these mobile phone waterproof case holders. 2 head torches with spare batteries. Now this is key. So I use this torch, the Phoenix HP 16R. It's quite a beefy old head torch. It's got a battery pack on the back there. Lasts for absolute ages and ages in the dark, so I'll be fine with just that. However, that's not enough. You have to take a spare. So I also have the UT32 from Nightcore as my spare. Equally very good head torch as well, lasts ages as well, so that's all good. And you have to take replacement batteries for both head torches. So for me, I have spare battery there for the Phoenix head torch, and this one here for the Nightcore head torch. So I'll be taking this little basket bag. If you're wondering why I've got smaller batteries in there as well, it's because I also have a third torch which I'll just use for pottering around when we get to Race HQ, and that's an old Petzl Takina head torch which I've got here, which is fine. It could be used as my backup head torch, but I'd just rather have something a bit beefier on the Cornish coast path. But yeah, make sure that you take spare batteries for your head torches. You cannot charge your head torch from a backup battery like you've got for, for your mobile phone. That doesn't classify as a secondary battery. So just make sure that you have your head torch and 2 batteries with it, 2 spare batteries with it. Next, you need a red tail light. These are easy to pick up from Amazon or anywhere. I have this one. I'll just turn that on here. There we go. It does fast flashing or slow flashing, which is what I have it on when I'm on the trails. So you can just attach that to your race vest. This one came from Amazon and it's Everbeam. There you go. You get 2 in a pack. So you've got a backup there. You can pick that up off Amazon, dirt cheap. Does the job, exactly what you need. So that's that one ticked off. Next is gloves. So you need 2 pairs of gloves. You need a liner glove and you need some waterproof gloves. So I have got, my liner gloves are just some montane trail gloves. Quite thin, but fine. They're very comfortable, good for when the weather's not too cold. If it's super cold, then you need something a bit more substantial than this, but these are fine for normal. And then I have Innovate waterproof gloves. Never used them. These are mitts, obviously, but they work well. I've tested them out. They are waterproof, and they passed the kit check. They passed last year, so that's good. So just make sure you've got a liner glove and a waterproof glove. Next, you need the capacity to carry a minimum of 1.5 litres, and this is super important if you are doing the Arc 50, because there is only one checkpoint, and you don't know when you're going to see an Archangel on the route, because they're not in pre-allocated places. They'll turn up where they can turn up. They may be there, they may have moved on. So you do need the capacity to hold 1.5 litres of water. Now I'm going to do that using 3 soft flasks, 2 Montane sloth flasks to go in my race vest, and then a third one, which is just an old Kalenji soft flask. This is again a Decathlon brand. The reason I use this one as a third is because it's got a lockable top, so it doesn't leak. You can just twist it and lock it. And I'll show you what I'm putting that in a minute, but that's how I'm carrying my 1.5 litres of water. So that's all good. Emergency food and nutrition, we'll come on to that in a moment. Okay, race vest. So I use the Montane Gecko BP12 Plus, so it's 12 litre race pack. So I'm using that. That's going to be holding my 2 flasks and all the kit in the back. The kit in the back will be cinched down into, this is a Cedar Summit 8 litre dry bag. So all my kit will fit in that, and that will go into the back of the race vest. I'm also going to be wearing this Montane waist pack. So this is the Gecko WP1. I'm doing a review on this at the moment, but I want to wait until I've done the Arc of Attrition first to give it a real thorough testing. I've run it, used it on a few long runs already, and put some kit in it, and it's up to now it seems great. I'll be carrying the 3rd water bottle in this along with some nutrition. So yeah, I'll be wearing that on the day. So yeah, that holds all of those 3 bottles of fluid, and also obviously all my food and all my other kit. So that's what I'll be using. You need a foldable reusable cup. So I have a silicone cup here, which is just a Salomon one. So you need one of those, at least that. Some people are using collapsible, like harder cups, because for soup and things like that. So you might want to consider that as well. And then you need a route guide, so something in order to be able to see the route. So there is a GPX file. I highly recommend that you either put that on your phone or better still onto your smartwatch. So this is a smartwatch I'm using, and this is my Garmin Enduro. Perfect for that reason. Super long battery life. So yeah, that's going to be absolutely fine. I'll have the map on there. Okay, so lastly, I think I've covered everything else. Yeah, lastly, we'll talk about nutrition quickly. So you need some emergency nutrition, which has to go into your race pack, so just in case you get stuck out on the course. I'll be using a mixture of things, but in my emergency pack, I will have some flapjack bars. So these are Stoats ones. I quite like using these. I've used these throughout all my training. So I will have some flapjacks. I'll probably have some other bits and pieces in there as well. And Torque gels. So that will go into my emergency nutrition as well. Actually out on the course, I'll be using obviously both of these. I will also be using Velo Forte shoes. I get on really, really well with these, so I'll be using that. I always take dried fruit, so these are sultanas. I'll probably get some raisins as well. And I just put those into small little bags, like this sort of bag, reusable. I'll take a few of those with me as well. And then for hydration, I will be using High 50. I always use that. This is the caffeine hit one, a berry flavour. It goes well for me. And then also Tailwind. So I use Tailwind all the time. Again, great mixture of carbohydrates and electrolytes, which sit particularly good when you're struggling to eat food. So I should be using that. I think that's it. So that's all of the mandatory kit. Make sure you double check yours. You certainly don't want to run out. I mean, there is a Centurion shop going to be on the at Race HQ, so you can purchase last minute bits, but it's obviously going to be cheaper and more cost effective for you to do that in advance. You certainly don't want to be panicking on your race day when you turn up at kit check and then, you know, for some reason you've forgotten something or the quality of your kit isn't up to scratch, and then you need to fork out potentially £200-300 on a waterproof jacket with tape seams. You certainly don't want to be doing that. So yeah, double and triple check your kit. Make sure you've got everything. But yeah, this is episode number 4, as I said at the start. There's only one more episode to come, and that is race day itself. So I'm super stoked and looking forward to it. I hope you are too. I'm looking forward to seeing you all either at Race HQ or at the start line. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. So yeah, I will see you there. That's it for now though. So train hard, race hard, have fun. Till next time, see you soon.